People have been whaling for thousands of years. Norwegians were among the first to hunt whales, as early as 4,000 years ago. The Japanese may have been doing so even earlier. Cultures as varied as the Inuit, who hunted in the Arctic Ocean, the Basque, who hunted in the Atlantic, and the Japanese, who hunted in the Pacific, relied on whales to provide material goods, as well as part of their cultural identity. Nearly every part of the whale was used. Meat, skin, blubber, and organs were eaten as an important source of protein, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Baleen was woven into baskets and used as fishing line. In warmer climates, baleen was also used as a roofing material. Bones were used primarily for tool-making and carving ceremonial items such as masks. During the Middle Ages and Renaissance, whaling gained popularity throughout Northern Europe. Whale oil and baleen, sometimes called whalebone, although it's not bone at all, were valuable commodities. Corsets and hoop skirts were constructed from whalebone. Whale oil, which comes from boiled-down blubber, was used primarily for oil lamps. Over time, European whaling ventures spread to North America. American colonists relied on whale oil to light most of their lamps. By the mid-1700s, it became increasingly difficult to find whales near the Atlantic coast. The American whaling fleet expanded its operations throughout the world's oceans, including the whale-rich waters of the Arctic and Antarctic. Whaling in the United States hit its peak in the mid-1800s. New technologies, including gun-loaded harpoons and steamships, made whalers around the world more efficient. The American whaling fleet, based on the East Coast, operated hundreds of ships in the South Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. Whaling was a multi-million-dollar industry, and some scientists estimate that more whales were hunted in the early 1900s than in the previous 4 centuries combined. Eventually, kerosene, petroleum, and other fossil fuels became much more popular and reliable than whale oil, and the whaling industry declined. In 1946, several countries joined to form the International Whaling Commission, IWC. The purpose of the IWC is to prevent overhunting of whales. Its original regulations, however, were loose, and quotas were high. Whale stocks continued to decline. By the early 1970s, the United States had listed 8 whales as endangered species. The U.S. officially outlawed whaling in 1971. The IWC eventually established whaling-free sanctuaries in the Indian Ocean, 1979, and the ocean surrounding Antarctica, 1994. The IWC called for a moratorium on commercial whaling in 1982. Both Japan and Norway voted against this policy. Today, Norway supports hunting minke whales for meat. Japan allows whaling for scientific purposes, although many experts question if more whales are taken than are necessary. Meat from whales killed for research is sold as food. Many species of whale have benefited from the moratorium set by the IWC. The eastern Pacific gray whale population, for example, has recovered. However, climate change now serves as the greatest threat to many whale species. Warming ocean waters is changing food supplies for many whales and making it harder for them to survive.